Most Indians want an end to black money and were happy to back the PM when he scrapped rupees 500 and 1000 notes. Now there are 3 main sources of black money and 4 main users. Let's see how Modi's move has affected that equation. Black money gets created every time there is a transaction that is deliberately hidden from the taxman, such as companies mining, selling, or exporting more than they declare on their excise forms, royalty statements, or invoices, such as corrupt officials taking bribes from companies that cheat the taxman, and also from little guys like you and me, such as small entrepreneurs and businesses, from the local panwala to the neighborhood quack, who earn cash and don't declare an income. So where does this black money end up? In 4 places. First, a lot of it goes to Mauritius, Switzerland and other havens where it is laundered white and brought back to India as investment. Despite this being known, governments have refused to fully plug these loopholes or act on information that whistleblowers and foreign governments have offered. Second, a lot of black money goes into assets like property, gold and jewelry, whose value grows over time. Third, some dumb guys keep black money as cash. But fourth, the really clever guys give their black money to political parties in exchange for favors. Now Modi's Notebandi has done nothing to curb the corporate generation of black money, nor has it touched the holders of Benami property. And when the dust settles, the engineer and panwala will continue dealing in cash. In fact, most of those with old notes have managed to get new notes amounting to crores, even though you and I have been struggling to get even a couple of thousand. The biggest scam, however, is the free pass that political parties, like the ruling party, get. You heard right. Under existing tax laws, the BJP, Congress, Bahujan Samaj Party and other parties can deposit as many old notes into their official bank accounts as they like. This is what one BJP MP said when asked a question about party cash on TV.
What I am saying is that we have to look into the practicality of things.
The truth was confirmed by Revenue Secretary Hasmukh Adhia, Modi's key advisor. Reacting to public outrage, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said he had not passed any new law and that suspicious deposits, even by parties, would be investigated. What he conveniently forgot to mention was that parties don't have to provide any details about the source of their deposits, no matter how huge, as long as they claim the money came from thousands of supporters who each donated less than rupees 20,000. So if the BJP wants to deposit 100 crores in rupees 1,000 notes, all it has to tell the taxman is that this money came from 50,000 well-wishers. And you know the best part? It doesn't even have to provide names, addresses or PAN numbers of these donors. So while you could be harassed by the IT department for that deposit of 80,000 you made in your account, the BJP and other big parties will not have to face any scrutiny. Way back in 1993, the Vora committee said, black money is behind politics. No leader since then, whether Congress or BJP, has acted against this nexus. Not even Narendra Modi.